Hi everyone. DayZ 1.03 experimental build released Friday the 10th of May. So I thought I'd put together a quick video of the first 3 hours of my experience with this patch. Now, first up, and something I was not expecting, is the ability to rotate items in your inventory. Now, this is a feature that a lot of DayZ players have wanted for a very, very long time. It works for every item that I tried, including weapons. And this is a really, really, really good feature. I'm really happy with this one. Now, next up is some new ammo types. The devs have introduced the VSS rifle back into DayZ, and along with that comes the 9x39 ammunition, but also the 9x39 armor-piercing ammunition. Really interesting that they've chosen to do this. Now, as well as this ammo, we've also got the introduction of 7.62x39, 5.56x45, 7.62x54, and 308 Winchester rounds, but tracer rounds for all of these. Now, I found them all apart from the 308 Winchester, and they're distinguished by having coloured tips on the end of the ammo. The ones I found were either green or red, and they seem to spawn in stacks, but also in boxes too. Next up, the actual tracer rounds themselves. Now, anyone familiar with the armor series from Bohemia will know what tracer rounds are, but these are effectively rounds that leave a light trail from the source to impact. They're used at night, and whilst you're able to see where your shots land, they also will give your position away. So there are definite pluses and negatives associated with this type of ammo. So, next up, rifle bayonets. Now, we have bayonets introduced for the AK, the M4, the Mosin, and the SKS. I managed to find one for the Mosin and the SKS. You simply combine the bayonet with the rifle and it automatically attaches. And as well as looking cool, these can be used as a melee weapon. So you simply right click on the mouse and press F, and the player will thrust towards an enemy. Now, I tested this both in first person and third person, and first person was definitely easier. You could see exactly where you needed to aim. Third person was tricky. It seemed to not be as effective, or just tricky to line up. It also, I'm not sure if it's related to stamina, but there were times when I was pressing it and it wouldn't produce the action. So just be careful on that. It's very much a last resort. This was with the Mosin, combine that with a sneak attack, and it seems that you can one-shot zombies. Next up, weapon melee attacks. So the devs have introduced this, and this is really, really, really helpful, especially when you're backed up in corners against zombies. Similar to the bayonet attacks, you get close enough and press F, and you kind of use the butt of the rifle to strike an enemy down. Now these melee attacks with firearms work with pistols, the butt of your rifle, and with the bayonets. I think this is a really effective way of not having to get a melee weapon out when you're carrying a gun to deal with zombies silently. This allows you to keep the weapon in your hands all the time. Really like this feature. Next up, and something I didn't notice at first, but there's a new blood loss indicator. So when you are losing blood, we all know the little slice icon bottom right, the first one along. We've now got the introduction of a number which shows you how many bandages you need to stop the blood loss. Pretty cool, and a very subtle change. Right, next up, night vision goggles and the head strap. So, night vision has been revamped. The goggles, you can find those, they seem to be in military areas. I feel like the actual models changed a bit. There's now this connection point on top, which you can attach to a couple of things. The first is the night vision goggle head strap. Now this can be worn under a helmet or a hat. You can see here it's got like a kind of chin strap. You simply combine the night vision goggles to the head strap and drag onto your character. This will replace any eyewear that you have on. You seem to be able to wear the head strap underneath any headgear. I tried it on a couple of different helmets and that seemed to work just fine. This is what it looks like attached, the model. So we have the head strap. Also now you can attach night vision goggles to the tactical helmet, to the front portion, which is really cool. You simply drag the night vision goggles themselves onto the tactical helmet and it combines. Now, getting these things to work, if you don't have the tactical helmet, you need to remove whatever headgear you're wearing first to use them. Not the case with the tactical helmet. It took me a little while to figure that one out, but once you remove your headgear, you simply press L and it'll come on. Now, do be aware that batteries will run down. As you can see here, the battery in the night vision goggles at the moment, it now has a white indicator along the bottom, like food and drink and other perishables, but that's an indication that the batteries run out, so you will need to keep backup batteries to get the night vision working again. And that's as far as I got in 3 hours. I'll post a link to the patch notes below. There's still plenty to find, but I hope you found this interesting. I'll catch you next time.